Hi, this video is gonna be a little different. We're not just gonna sit here and watch me talk for 10 minutes straight. In today's video, I'm gonna be attempting all of the challenges from the book Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. In my last video, I mentioned I was still reading the book, but now I'm finished. I've finished the whole thing, and out of respect for David Goggins and out of respect for myself, I'm gonna be running through all of the challenges in this book. Before we begin, a quick side note, this whole thing is wrinkled up and it's all destroyed. I accidentally spilled water on it, and this book has been through a hell week of its own. I'm really sorry. If you're not a bitch, consider following along with me. Alright, the name of the first chapter is I Should Have Been a Static, and the first challenge starts by Goggins talking about his own life. He literally says, my bad cards arrived early and stuck around a while, but everyone gets challenged in life at some point. What was your bad hand? What kind of bullshit did you contend with growing up? Were you beaten, abused, bullied? Did you ever feel insecure? And this is my favorite part. Maybe your limiting factor is that you grew up so supported, so comfortable, you never even pushed yourself. Break out your journal. If you don't have one, buy one. Or if you're broke or lazy, start on your laptop, tablet, or in the Notes app of your smartphone and write them all out in minute detail. Don't be bland with this assignment. Give your pain shape, absorb its power, because you're about to flip that shit. You will use your story, the list of excuses, those very good reasons why you shouldn't amount to a damn thing, to fuel your ultimate success. And then Goggins goes, sounds fun, right? No, it isn't. But don't worry about that yet. We'll get there. For now, just take inventory. Once you have your list, share it with whoever you want. So I wrote about 5 pages. You can accept it and acknowledge it privately or share it with someone you want. You can even share it publicly. However, I'm not gonna unload my whole life saga on you right now, just yet. I'll save it for another time. Alright, so chapter 2 is called Truth Hurts, and the second challenge is all about building your accountability mirror. So basically, what you have to do is you have to write about your insecurities, your goals, and your dreams on your sticky notes, and you have to stick them on the mirror. So you get to face your biggest insecurities, goals, and dreams every single day. And according to this challenge, it's not just about sticking your sticky notes on the mirror, you actually have to be accountable towards them and you have to work towards them every single day. So here's what I'm putting on mine. Alright, so here's me sticking my first sticky note on my accountability mirror. Alright, that was just for shits and giggles, but here's the actual first sticky note for the accountability mirror. I need to get that good physique and I need to bulk up to 60 kgs. I've been slacking off and I know it. And there goes the second sticky note. Please get good grades by studying effectively, genius. So basically, I wrote that because I left my last 2 exams. Like I could not complete them on time, and I got bad grades on both of those exams. So I literally need to study effectively. I need to work on my writing speed to get good grades. I know what I need to write, but I just can't write it on time. And third, I'll try my best to stay consistent on the synthesizer journey that I am on, and I'll treat my first 100 videos as practice so that I don't overthink it and end up quitting. That looks good. That looks good. So I'm recording this video after a couple of weeks because I accidentally injured myself while sparring with my friend. I was grappling with him and I sprained my calf muscle. It was pretty painful and I was not able to walk. I was limping in fact. And so I could not record the video. I lied to you just now. Yes, it's true that I injured myself and that I was limping, but that's not the real reason why I did not record the video. I feel like I was shying away from the next challenge. Chapter 3 is called Truth Hurts. Chapter 3 is called The Impossible Task. And in this task, Goggins again instructs us to break out the journal and write down all the things that you don't like to do or that make you feel uncomfortable, especially those things that you know are good for you. The more often you do these things, the more often you get uncomfortable, the stronger you will become. And soon you'll develop a more productive, can do dialogue with yourself in stressful situations. And so I wrote, I don't like to record myself in the public, and I don't like to record myself while working out. I feel like that's pretty uncomfortable, and I feel like that shit sucks. I just wrote here, I don't like to record myself while working out. I don't like to record myself in public. Let's see.
Now bad boy, are you ready for the bass? My DJ, yo, get on the case. Sit, rinse out, get down. Who's in the mic with a wickedest sound? Wickedest sound. Wickedest sound. Get hyper.
It's the second day of doing something that sucks, and I took a cold shower and I came down for a run. We are currently at 11 degrees Celsius, and I can definitely feel the chill. I definitely hate running. I hate this. I hate recording myself in public. First round completed. I'm like the only idiot who's running right now. This is my fifth or sixth round of running, and before this I was coping, and my mind was coping that I should not run because I'm bulking, but I'm here anyways. And I was wishing for more people, and I was wishing that it would be more cold today. That's the Goggins mentality. Stay hard.
So I was kind of praying to the snow gods for worse weather to come in, because why in worse weather we get better. I'm kind of happy, but I was hoping to be a lot worse. I'm going to do a nice little run today.
I ran 6 rounds. Now we're gonna do some pull-ups.
Get hyper. Sit, rinse out, get down. Who's in the mic with the wickedest sound?
So the name of the fourth chapter is Taking Souls. And in this challenge, Goggins wants you to take the souls of your enemies in any competitive situation. It could be your job, it could be your business, it could be your academics. Whatever the competitive situation may be, he wants you to take the souls of your enemies through excellence. He says, I want you to work harder on that project or in that class than you ever have before. You need to start spending extra time on your assignments. Which reminds me of a really beautiful quote by Alex Hermosi. Do so much volume that it becomes unreasonable for you to fail. That's a really beautiful quote. You essentially need to surpass the maximum expectations of yourself that people have about you. And for me, I'm doing this for fun. I'm doing it for the love of the game. And I enjoy staying in front of the camera. I enjoy uploading. And that makes me dangerous. Because when you're having fun, you can outwork the desperate. You can stay longer when they are gassing out. You can post when they start complaining. And when I'm studying and when I'm training with other people, I never show weakness. Not in words, not in consistency, not in efforts. That's how you know, that's how I let them know that I am not going anywhere. So if it's a grind for you and it's fun for me, that's how souls get taken. That's how you win. That's how you take souls. Alright, so the fifth challenge from the fifth chapter, Armored Mind, is all about visualization. And Goggins is pretty clear about what visualization is. When people hear visualization, they think about success, they think about the finishing line, they think about the trophy moment, but that's not what this is. So, visualization isn't daydreaming like most people think it is, it's preparation. Before you even start a challenge, you visualize the entire journey. So, you're not just thinking about the success, but you're also thinking about the obstacles that you might run into. Okay, when I was visualizing, I came up with this term called mindful visualization because I realized what's interesting about this kind of visualization is that you're visualizing through the setbacks, you're visualizing through the obstacles in advance, the moments where motivation drops, and more importantly, you decide how you're going to attack the problems when they show up. Because when they do show up, you don't want to be surprised, you want to be ready. It reminds me of that meme at that the guy at the party when he says where the hose at, and when the hose arrives the guy has disappeared. We don't want to be that guy. Goggins says this is how you become as prepared as possible for the journey. Not perfect, but prepared. And then comes the harder part. You need answers to some uncomfortable questions. Why are you doing this? What's actually driving you? Where is the darkness you're using as fuel coming from? And what has calloused your mind? So, in the sixth challenge, Goggins talks about the concept of the cookie jar. So, when you're in the middle of something hard, like I am right now, you can grab the cookie jar and think of some of your greatest achievements. So, for me, I can think of the time when I cycled for 37 kilometers, or of the time when I did 100 crunches, 100 sit ups, 100 Russian twists, 40 tricep dips, and 30 push ups, and a 2-minute plank, and maybe a few exercises more, all in one workout. It can even be something like quitting one of your bad habits or something intellectual. Stay hard. In the seventh challenge, Goggins talks about the 40% rule. Basically, when your mind says you're done, you're usually not even halfway there. He explains it perfectly with the car governor analogy. The engine's perfectly fine, it's just limited. And your brain does the same thing. It puts a cap on effort way before there's real danger. And the solution to it is not motivation, it's just doing more of something that sucks every single day. You progressively overload on the suck task, and you do it physically first because because the pain is obvious. The body is screaming, the voice is loud. Once you push past it here, you then take it to your studies, your work, anything that's uncomfortable. That's the whole challenge. One rep at a time. Stay hard. Fuck. I'm dead. So, this is the eighth challenge from Can't Hurt Me, and it's about scheduling, but more about awareness before discipline. In the first week, you don't change anything. You go about your day and take notes. That's what I did. And for context, I'm already a disciplined guy. I schedule most of my days, track my habits, and even plan the educational content I'm gonna consume a day before. I'm already on a dopamine detox. Still, what I noticed was this. When I'd sit down to consume 1 hour of actual breakthrough knowledge, I'd sometimes get distracted, and that distraction would turn into random content, stuff like Better Call Saul or other useless videos. And before I knew it, I had wasted 3 hours of valuable time. Now, around that same time, I had met my cousins and got access to their Steam account to play games on my PC. So, in that week, I played a lot of games too, and that wasted a lot of time. And again, this is coming from a guy who already has systems. So if you're just going about your day with no scheduling, no idea what you're going to do next, no structure at all, you're gonna get fucked. Straight up. Week 2 is where you act on data. After seeing exactly where my time was leaking, I started reallocating it. I removed scrolling completely. I had reinstalled Instagram, saw what it was doing to my focus, and deleted it again. I stopped playing video games entirely. I also became stricter with entertainment. One episode max in one sitting, no more, no less. or I'd keep myself busy enough that I wouldn't even feel like watching anything. At night, I started reading and just letting myself fall asleep while reading. I took that from Hamza and it works. By week 3, just by being extra aware, especially after the past 2 weeks, I noticed real change. Out of the 2 to 3 hours that I usually wasted, I managed to cut about 1 full hour. That might not sound crazy, but over time, that's massive. And that's the whole challenge. Awareness first, then control, then consistency. Challenge 9 is Goggins' way of saying that this never ends because a lot of people think once they've reached a certain level, they've made it. But greatness doesn't stay. If you stop pushing, it evaporates. There is no finish line here, no point where you can relax and coast. Being uncommon amongst the uncommon isn't a 30-day challenge, it's a lifetime commitment. You keep raising the bar even when you're surrounded by high performers. You don't aim to get in, you aim to be the best in the room. And that requires constant pursuit, constant discomfort, and accepting that eventually you'll stand alone. That's the challenge. Stay hard, stay hungry forever. Challenge 10 is about failure but treated like data. Goggins calls it an after action report. You write out what went right and then you brutally break down what went wrong. How you prepared, how you thought, and how you executed. For me, that shows up in fighting. In the summer of 2024, I beat a friend in a friendly amateur kickboxing grappling 1v1. At that time, I was prepared and logged in. It was personal for me. However, we fought 2 more times in 2025 and I lost both of them. I underestimated him after his first loss. He has a great weight advantage over me. I walked in unprepared on both the fights. I walked in nervous on both the fights. I gassed out too fast, which tells me my cardio isn't right. And in the latest one we won, I injured my calf, which is why this video didn't come out earlier. So before we brawl again, the adjustment is simple. Fix my cardio and move up in weight. Failure isn't emotional. It's you can study your failure and just go again. Rebuild yourself when no one's watching.